Alright guys, it's Vec, Team Sonic Vector. Today we have a 5th Gen Black and White 2 OU battle. Hope you guys enjoy the battle. Remember to aquajet everything, and after the battle leave thumbs up, comment, subscribe, like, share, do all those cool things. And I'll explain at the end of the video where I've been and what I've been doing this week. So, enjoy the show. And now, we wait. Enjoy the show.
Find the computer room!
Objection! 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 Objection!
What's going on, ladies and Gentlefish? Team Sonic Vector, and today we have a Black and White 2 OU battle. This guy is using a rain team, pretty standard. Probably pretty standard, and I'm using weatherless. So I am challenged by Kakarot. Let's get right into this Black and White 2 OU battle. I'm going to lead with Magellicent here, later to be known King Slimed, as he's going to start with some Scizor action. Now, I know Scizor, being the bulk that he is, I can just, Will-O-Wisp pretty much whatever I want, as he's going to let Jirachi come in to take some Will-O-Wisp and, get burninated like the steel nuisance that he is. Now then, I'm kind of curious. I know this Jirachi's probably got Thunder and special defensive based. That's what they all are, and I'm just going to go to Gliscor, knowing for a fact that he could go for the Thunder, but he just opts to go for the Body Slam, abusing Serene Grace to get the Paralysis on me, which is just fun and dandy-bandy by me. Really could care less, as Earthquake, just kind of, decimates this thing. Really not a big threat. Probably one of the things I wanted to get parried, sorta, as I'm just going to go back to Jellicent, now predicting a water or an ice move, and I see the stealth rocks are going to get set up here, which is, again, fine and cool by me. I lack a spinner on this team, and I can handle that. But I don't really have a super big weak to stealth rocks, so I'm not too scared. He's going to withdraw Jirachi for whatever reason and go into his Politoed. I guess predicting my Scald, which was a good move, but then I was like, I wonder if I could just burn this thing too. So that's what I opt to do, but I actually go for the Shadow Ball. I do carry that, and that's going to matter later in this match, you will see. It does a pretty nice chunk, and I get the special Spadif drop, as he's just going to go for the Hidden Power. Now, this damage output shows me right off the bat that he is more offensive, even though my Jellicent has no special defensive effort values. This is a bold Jellicent. So I'm going to take this opportunity to burn this other nuisance, this other thing that's going to be switching in to take burn damage. Knowing very well it's just going to continually take burn damage, and that's cool, as he goes for the Hidden Power. Probably Grass or Electric. I haven't figured out which one it is yet, but it really doesn't matter because I'm not weak to either one of them, so I'm just going to take this opportunity to recover here. I can perfectly take all these hits all day long. It really does not matter to me. And yeah, get off some leftovers and stuff. I'm just walling these hits really well. I haven't seen any reason to switch out yet. So he figures this out, that he's not going to win this Stalwart, and goes into his Starmie, and this is where it matters. I know his Starmie's on his team, so I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball on the switch, predicting the switch into Starmie, and you can see that even though I don't have special defensive or special attack investment, that does an absolute ton to this switching in Starmie. So now I'm thinking I really want to get Starmie out of the way. It is a pretty decent threat to my team, and he's going to go for the Thunderball here now. First off, thinking that it's not going to do as much, but I have no special defensive investment, and that does way too much. Crit and Life Orb, I do believe. Nope, no Life Orb, just a crit. That did way too much. Probably would have only done to light yellow. But no matter, I'll go ahead and take him out with a Stab Shadow Ball, and that will be the end of Starmie. I'm going to take this opportunity to let my leftovers go at it, as he's going to bring in Terrakion here. Now, I kind of figured he'd just want to go for the Stone Edge, so I'm just going to fodder off Jellicent. It did its job. It got rid of Starmie, and it burned a lot of things. I would have liked it to stay stuck around to deal with Scizor, but, that's how it goes sometimes. So in comes my Gliscor. I don't know if this thing's banded, but I see Stone Edge the second time, and I'm thinking it's going to be banded. And I do have max HP, so no I don't. I have max defense. and max attack. So I'm actually going to stay in and attack, and I do get the crit, which probably does matter, but, you know, I actually am adamant. I'm sorry, I corrected myself after saying that. I'm adamant, and I do have the, I lack the Ice Fang, I do believe, so I am going to switch out here into Ferrothorn, my physical wall with the Iron Barbs. Knowing Gliscor is going to want to either Toxic or Sub or Ice Fang, he chooses to go for the Ice Fang, predicting me to stay in, and he can take some Iron Barbs damage. Now, it's at this point that I find out what kind of Gliscor I'm actually dealing with. I'm actually dealing with a max HP, max defense, Toxic Orb, you know, Super OU kind of thing with Sub, Ice Fang, Earthquake, etc. So I'm just going to go for the Gyro Ball, knowing he's much faster, and you can see there that it does break the Sub, but you'll notice on the next turn how defensive this Gliscor is, and it's actually pretty redonkulous how defensive this thing is. I actually have a pretty standard Ferrothorn. I like Bulldoze and Gyro Ball and stuff. So he's going to switch into Jirachi here as I just go for another Gyro Ball. Burned Rachi really does not pose a threat to me, but I get a useless crit with Gyro Ball. Again, it doesn't really matter because I think this is max special defense, max HP Jirachi. But he could be quite a bit offensive for the rain. It really kind of hard to tell at this point. But he's going to get burned and go for the Body Slam. You know, once again, letting Iron Barbs do the work for me. Really not worried too much about anything else. Iron Barbs pretty much going to nearly KO this Rachi between Iron Barbs damage and burn. I hate that I have not gotten my Stealth Rocks up at this point. And my Stealth Rocker is actually the Empoleon in my team. This is a Power Whip, Gyro Ball, Bulldoze, Rest Ferrothorn, I do believe. I opted for the defensive portion of it. So I have two defensive walls, so I easily could have made my Jellicent my special defensive wall. But I actually have spikes as well, so I'm going to go ahead and set my spikes down. Knowing good and well, he's going to wish, he's going to get leftovers, and he's going to die to, nearly die to burn. But he's going to switch here, and go out to his monster. Now, this thing is a massive threat to me. I don't have a good answer for it right off the bat. Looking back at my team, Jellicent would have been real nice right now, as I could have handled Gliscor pretty well. But Ferrothorn does take Earthquake quite nicely. I'm just trying to gauge the situation at this point. Now, I'm paralyzed, so I'm thinking, okay, I can go for the Gyro Ball. But I think I missabbed and put 0 speed IVs, or this thing's just that defensive. Because you're going to see this Power Whip, and I do have attack investment, and it just doesn't do anything. So I figure out at this point it's way too bulky for me to be dealing with, especially this way. Between Poison Heal and Sub and Roost and this and that, I'm just not going to get anywhere. So he's going to go out to his Scizor now, as I just opt to stay in and go for the... No, I opt to switch, knowing I really can't do anything here. I go out to my Latios. Now, I'm thinking here, I'm hoping he will overpredict and not go for the U-turn or anything. I'm hoping he's Swords Dance Roost Scizor, since the rain is on his team. I'm thinking he's one of those defensive Scizors, and he just goes straight for the Bullet Punch, which is fine by me. That's going to give me a chance to set up my Reflect. And the cool thing about that is, now that I've got my Reflect up, I can take a couple of hits from this thing. And pretty much you're going to see that Reflect come in real good use later, as now I will switch into my Gliscor, which I'm adamant he is probably adamant or whatever, but I have my Reflect to take these bullet punches, and I do take them quite nicely, I will not lie. So yeah, he's going to bullet punch me twice, and that's fine. I'm just going to go for the simple acrobatics with a Flying Gem boost. Not really too worried about anything else at this point, which also hints that I'm also adamant, because I like, that move. But I get a crit on acrobatics. I don't really think it mattered if this was attack-based Scizor, but that's too hard to tell at this point. So he's going to go out to his monster, and I'm going to fodder off my Gliscor, because at this point it doesn't matter. I have my Reflect down, so in hindsight, my thought process is Empoleon can kill this thing with a Scald, because I have the Rain. But for some reason, I just go back to my Ferrothorn. I have my Reflect up, and I'm really not too afraid of Earthquake. So he's just going to continually go for it, knowing or hoping that it's going to actually do something to me. And I actually take it really well, plus of the fact that I resist it to a normal hit, and I've got Reflect up to take it. It's beneficial for me. And Reflect's going to fade here, and here comes the Earthquake again. And you can see it's not going to do very much damage at all. And I'm easily going to be able to take the leftovers and let the Iron Barbs do a little bit of work here. And yeah, that voice is crap now. I keep switching because my throat just wants to be retarded when I'm commentating, so that's fine. Earthquake's going to go off. I'm going to go to the red. I'm going to be fully paralyzed, which kind of does suck. I think in this battle I just pretty much end up foddering whatever off. If Reflect would have faded, that probably would have killed me, but because I have Reflect, I can live. And I'm going to go for the Gyro Ball while being paralyzed, and you see yet again, it just, I don't know, maybe I'm underestimating or overestimating the power of Ferrothorn. I don't think I put very much attack investment in this thing, but just going to go for let this thing die, which is cool. And I do have my Empoleon, and I do have some other things to fight this Gliscor. I do have the Rain on my side to use the Scald. I'm going to go to my Terrakion. Now, I know he's going to go for the Earthquake here, which I am perfectly content with. That is the entire point of what I'm doing, as I'm going to go into my Latios. And now, my idea is to Ice Fang, let him do whatever he's going to do, whatever shenanigan, and then switch into Empoleon to take the Ice Fang, and then go for a rain-boosted Scald, and take this thing out of the game. That is my general plan, because I can take the, I can take anything from this thing because I have the Reflect up. So the Dragon Pulse does a nice chunk. He's going to sub here, and it is important that I break this sub. As you can see, Dragon Pulse does take it out pretty nicely. And seeing the way, like I said, the way this Gliscor is set up, I do believe it is the defensive variant. And that's fine. Ice Fang I will live because I am Latios and I am a boss. Take it like a boss. Do not get frozen. And I'm actually going to Roar because I do have my entry hazards down. So in comes this Politoed. He's going to get step on a layer of spikes. And these spikes play a very big role in this battle. And I'm pretty content with what I've got right now. Just letting this thing burn, and I do believe I'm going to go for the Reflect here. Just wanted to get it set back up to deal with Gliscor. I don't really care if I have to fodder off my Latios. And I can see yet again this is probably a special attack variant of Politoed. I don't see Life Orb, so I am honestly thinking at this point he is spec'd, because I don't see leftovers. But in comes my Empoleon. And I have the special defensive variant support Empoleon, as he's just going to go for the Ice Beam. And he is going to get a freeze right here, which kind of sucks. At this point, I was kind of thinking all was lost, but I do run the Scald as opposed to the Surf of the Hydro Pump. And I think I'm going to hold on to that, because it lets me unfreeze, from sticky situations such as this. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, is he withdraws and goes out to his Gliscor. Now, knowing my Reflect is up, I can take it really well. But that's fine. The first time I just go for Ice Beam, I do believe, predicting his switch. And I may have actually gone for Stealth Rocks on the first turn, but I am going to take an Earthquake. And because I have Reflect up, you will see how well I actually take this. Quite nicely, actually. And gonna get the Scald to melt the ice. I have a rain boosted Scald, which is very easily going to KO Gliscor, and that is gonna be out of the picture. No longer a threat, no longer a big deal. It's gone, it's finished, it's over. Everything gone. Sorry, I had to do that, but that's fine. So now I am going to have Jirachi in my face that is going to step on spikes and die and be gone. Had to quote that from, which Steven Seagal move was that from? Something under fire. Politoed is going to also step on spikes, and that is going to be the end of this battle over Kakarot. So that was a really good game, Kakarot. Couple cool things going on here. I'll probably put, my previous battle, if I ever figure out how to do that, I'll stick it up in this area over here that was on my channel, so you guys can check that out with a link. Got to learn how to do all that. I'm actually kind of new to all the effects and stuff. I'm sorry for not having a team layout. School's been really busy this week. This is finals week coming up and everything. So it's just been really hectic and really busy. So thank you guys for all of your support. You know, rate, comment, sub, like, thumbs up, all that wonderful stuff. Share, you know, if you want to. If you like the content, and, you know, click that subscribe button on the top. That would be really awesome. Thank you so much for sticking with me through all of my channels. And thank you for letting me bring this Black and White 2 Wi-Fi battle. Look forward to the next battle. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Rate, comment, sub, thumbs up, and peace.